Now, if you're using the HPT6 algo bands, you'll notice that you have the ability here to go auto or manual. If you click on this, okay, it really doesn't matter what you have in the level if auto is off. It doesn't matter. You could have whatever number on in here. It's not going to affect the automatic part of it. It's automatically going to look back and find what you need. If you're going to do that, though, you need to have 12 days of data on your chart in order to get that proper analysis. Okay, that's on the automatic. If you want to go manual, and what I've been showing is a value of 22 here on the NASDAQ and crude oil, but if you want to go manual, then just unclick this, all right? And if you're going to do that, you don't need to have 12 days of data on your chart. You could get by with, say, 3 or 4, okay? You could get there with 3 or 4 days of data. So that's point number 1. Now, if you want to also get more in the way of bands, you can decrease the band minute here. I think the default is 60, okay? And typically when you go to a manual setup, it's going to continue to draw that band for 60 minutes. And then if you get a new algo band, because it qualifies based on your level, it's going to go ahead and show that, okay? If, however, you've not gone through the full 60 minutes and you've had another algo band, it's going to continue to use the old one, all right? And that was purposely designed in there so it didn't overtrade. And part of the reason for that was before we had the double profit system or even the accelerator method here of trading, that the philosophy was less is better, okay? But now with the advent of the accelerator and the advent of the double profit indicators and octopus, that's been rendered a non-issue. So you can use 30 minutes, or if you really want to see quite a few, you can go to 15. Okay, 15 minutes. You can also decrease the level. Again, because keeping in mind, your trade-off here is you're also getting a double filter based on the profit, the double profit template in the octopus. So you're getting a double filter there. And my point to you is I would experiment with that. Now, I'm just going to show, I set this to 15. Okay, so you can use 15 and 15, for example, all right? And this is what we've got for 15 and 15. This was our normal algo band right here, okay? And then we had one after that over here at 643. And that band held until out here at 659. We had another one. And then 716, 732. So you're going to get a lot more tradable bands, okay? A lot more tradable bands. And with the advent of this double filter system, it's a good way to trade. My recommendation is if you want to do that, do it for the first half hour after the pit open, or do it for the first 45 minutes after the pit open, for example, on the equities. And then go back to a 30-minute interval at least and trade that, okay? So I'm going to stop to see if there's any questions on that so far, just on that particular issue, if there's any questions on that one. And then Mike, I'll address your question. Mike's question is, what is the best, the best session template? You're talking about time, is that right? I think that's what your question is, right? Time sessions. Yeah. I like the same session template that we use for the big band indicator, and that's the default 24.5. Okay, default 24.5. Now, time-wise, when your session starts, it's not really all that important for this because it's looking at all the data that you've got there. For the big band indicator, it certainly is, okay, because the big band indicator, remember, does the whole session. This is going to look at it, but as far as this is concerned, the session template is not that important when it comes to this, right? So when it comes to this, it's not critical. You can use whatever template that you want. I just would not use a 24/7 template. In other words, I don't like to get Sunday in this mix. Sunday really, you don't see very much institutional action. It's a waste when it comes to this, so I don't use Sundays. And because of that, then I'll move over to the 24/5. But when it starts, it really doesn't matter. It could start at midnight my time. It could start at midnight your time on the East Coast. It really doesn't matter. What's important is what the institutions are doing in their algorithms. Okay. All right. So is everybody pretty clear then on if you want to go to a manual system and you want to get more trades on how to do that? So let's put it this way. Is there anybody who's not? We look like we're good, right? All right. Next thing I want to show is how to trade this using the mini trader. All right. Now, we had an algo band here and this formed. And so point being right now, we don't really have anything setting up yet right now. Okay, we may get one here fairly soon. But what I have is I've put the HPT6 mini trader up. Okay, I've put that mini trader up. Now, it's many types of trades that you can take with this. Okay, if for example you want to trade an octopus arrow, all you have to do is you can say arrow up, initiate, you pick market order, and activate it. Okay, and you're going to get, it'll take that trade if you get an up arrow. Notice over here it says octopus arrows only, which means it's only going to fire on a double arrow. The reason for that is some of these indicators will produce single arrows, and this was designed to trade with that as well. So if I click this, for example, this is octopus arrows only. Okay, if I don't care, if I wanted to trade any arrow, then it's this. Since I don't have anything else on this chart that's producing arrows, it doesn't matter. Okay. However, if you want to trade the band, and let's just do this. It's going to trade this band as it shades. Now, if I try to do a band short, right? That's a band short if it crosses below. Notice I'm not getting anything. Well, we are getting one now, and there it is. So it's going to take that trade. If we come down through here, you could see the little dot here. You can control that. If you want to move that lower, let me show it. You can. See if it's moving down? That's going to be your trigger point. It works off the middle of the band. So it takes the middle of the band and then works off of that. All right, I'm just showing how to do this. If you don't want it active, you just turn it off. Okay, now it's not going to do anything. If you want it active again, turn it back on. It needs a tick for it to update, but then it'll go ahead and do that. And my advice is practice with this in sim. Okay. As I mentioned here before, there's also a way to tell when you're going to get a trade here using this template. This is the profit 2 and this is the profit 3. To get a black arrow, you have to have the profit 2 red and at its threshold, and you have to have the profit 3 red and at its threshold, and those thresholds are here in the octopus. But you can tell where that is on the indicator, so you can anticipate this. Okay. Right now, this doesn't care what the arrow is. All right. What it cares about is if we get down to this level. So you can have both of these on. Actually, if you want arrow down, you can also initiate that trade. So that's arrow down with it initiated. It's going to take whichever one of these is going to occur first now. So if we come down to here, it's going to take that trade. Or if we get a down arrow, it's going to take that trade. Yes, Vic. Vic's question was, on the mini trader, can we set our own ATM? And absolutely, you have to have an ATM, Vic, in order for this to work. Okay, you have to have one in order for this to work. And you'll notice over here that I have one here. If you don't have one in here, it's not going to work at all. And the other thing is, and we talked about it, there's video there, you see how it entered the trade? It entered the trade because what? Because it came down to that level. I'm just demonstrating how this works. I mean, that's not a trade setup because we're against the trend, but I'm just demonstrating. So we came down to the level and it went ahead and fired the trade. Okay, and then it placed the stops and profit targets automatically. Okay, and so what it's doing right now is I mean, I can adjust the stop. Let's say I want to take the stop up to here. I can do it. Uh, on the website, if you go to the website I believe it's under the trial section, you will see the video there on how to work the mini trader. Okay, it's very extensive. It goes through all of these entries. But let's see, Jerry, your question is, how do you get Ninja to initiate the trade without asking if you want to initiate the trade? How do you get Ninja? Oh, I see what you mean. In other words, it's asking for a confirmation. Is that right? Every time you try to do it, yeah, okay, I'll show that. So let me just show this. It entered the trade. This was a 2-contract system. Okay, it took the scalp on the first one, and the second one is down here, and then my other stop is remaining here. If we were to drop, you can control this, and of course, whatever ATM you build in, it'll control that as well. But let me see if I remember this correctly. I think that's under the options section. Somebody can help me with this because it's been a while since I've been in on this, but let me just see here. I think I'm going to go to Tools Options. Yeah. Okay, so go to your control panel. Go to Tools, Options, General, and you see where it says Confirm Order Placement. You probably have that on. Okay, you need to uncheck that. You probably have this checked. You need to uncheck that and then hit OK, and then also save it. When you exit NinjaTrader, make sure that you save your workspace. Okay, so when you exit NinjaTrader, save your workspace. That's how you do that. I'm going to show a couple other features here. Let's just let this run for a minute or two here, and then I'll show. So let's say you've got a nice hard target here at the midband. You like that? I'm going to go ahead and move this up. That's at 42.1175. Actually, 42.12 would be a better target. It's always hard to get that slide underneath the full digit. And then, of course, since this is just instructional, I could also move my stop on this to say right here. Okay, so now I've got it blanketed. It's either going to come up and take my trail stop out here, or it's going to come down and hit my target, one of the two. Once we do this, then I'll show some more features. Now notice, even though I have arrow down or whatever, I don't have anything active over here. So it's not going to take another trade unless I activate this. Okay, it will not take another trade. But again, without getting into all the nuts and bolts and all the details of the mini trader, there's a full-blown video on this on the website. And I don't know how long it is, maybe half hour, 45 minutes, whatever it is. Okay, so there it took it out. All right, so now it's flat. Now let's say I wanted to buy the band up. So if I want to buy the band long, I'm going to go active. Okay, and it placed that order. Having trouble with my mouse here. Now, if you want to enter on a stop limit, do you see what I did? I changed this to stop limit and activated it. So now there's a working stop limit here above this band. I've got a working stop limit. The reason it wouldn't let me take it at the beginning, because I also had arrow down here, so it doesn't like that conflict. Remember, arrow down would only enter on a market order. So that's why it wouldn't let me change this. But once I got rid of that and just said I want to go long now, if I cross above this level right here, it's going to buy on a stop limit. Can it take bar reversal trades? Yep, that's over here. Bar reversal up, bar reversal down. This can do a lot. It can enter on arrows. It can enter on bar reversals. It can enter crossing bands above or below, entering bands, and then of course you have your full complement up here of the normal chart trader to do anything you want. Dennis said that's as soon as it touches, right, on the close, not on a closed bar. You're talking about this order? Yeah, if it hits that, of course this is a stop limit now, okay? So it's only gonna get filled at this price or nothing. But as soon as the market trades there, it's gonna try to get filled, okay? If I had a straight stop order instead of a stop limit, it would fill automatically once it touched. But it's waiting for it to touch. If it doesn't touch, there'll be no trade. I mean, if this market just goes down, there'll be no trade. Yeah. Question. This is different than the octopus trader. Can it do more entries? Yeah, it does a lot more, Mike. The octopus trader only enters on arrows, right? This does that and a whole lot more. Okay, a whole lot more. You can enter on arrows. You can enter. There's even triangles where you can enter on. The reason for that is there's a couple indicators that work triangles. I really haven't stressed that much, and probably won't, because hardly any of you use that. But it can enter on reversal bars. It can enter, like I said, on the bands, and it can even reverse in the bands. That's correct, Mike. Mike said so. So bar. Oh, you're talking about reversal trades, okay? Yeah, reversal trades only work with the mini trader. Uh, Reversal bars only work with the mini trader by themselves, although the octopus trader will do a reversal bar trade if the template that you're running uses that, okay? What I mean by that is if you're running deep retrace, for example, that enters on a reversal bar. So it will actually place orders and wait for the reversal bar. So you can you will take reversal bar trades with the octopus trader if the template does those, okay? This particular template that I'm running here, the double profit, it's not working on reversal bars, okay? So it doesn't matter. It's always going to be looking for a market order on an arrow. Yeah, you just have to, basically all you have to do is just work with it in sim. Best thing, work with it in sim and or uh, simulated data. But it has to be, yeah, the octopus trader, the order setup has to be part of the template, okay? All right, so see, we came down to the mid band. Now let me show something else, okay? Let me just kill this order. All right, and I'm gonna unactivate everything. Okay. Let's say that let's say you want to trade this way. I'm going to draw a rectangle. All right, here's my rectangle. Now let's say I want to be a buyer if I break below that rectangle. This is going to recognize that. See where it is? So you can draw your own band and trade that way. All right. And so just waiting for the trade setup. So we went through the band. And so keep in mind, this has to be your last thing out here. If I were to take this band, for example, and move it back to here, let me see if I can grab that. See how I've got a band to the right of this? This doesn't control anymore. This is gone. This would be my band it's going to be looking at. Okay. But let's say now I wanted to take a deeper retrace and I drop it, say, to here. All right. Since I'm extended further out to the right, and if I reactivate the band, then this is what it's going to do. It's going to follow this. What is that, Casey? What? Why does what look different? Yours doesn't have arrow up or arrow down. Are you running the mini trader? The HPT6 mini trader? Or are you looking at the octopus? The HPT6 mini trader. No, the HPT6 mini trader. Oh, I know why maybe. Do you have an octopus on there? You have an octopus on there? Is your octopus, I didn't stress this, check it. Where it says use octopus trader, is that checked? Yeah, you can't have both. You need to uncheck this. And again, the videos talk about this, so it probably would be a good idea when you get a chance to go back in and look at those videos again that are on the website, one on the octopus trader and one on the mini trader. The problem is if you check this and apply it and then I reload it, part of this is going to get hidden, okay? It's going to slash over it. So uncheck it, apply it, and then reload your chart, and you should see that. Okay, you should see all of this after that. Okay. Everybody knows what these fudges are over here. Okay, when it's looking at the band, it's taking the middle of the band. You see where there's a line through the middle of the band right here? Okay, that's what it's looking at. But I can adjust this up or down with these fudges. Okay, so if I want to move it higher, it's positive. If I want to move it lower, it's negative, and that applies for all three of these. Okay, yours is reloading now. Okay. So here's an example. Let's say I want to trade this band if we break above it. See how it placed the stop limit order? It's got an order sitting there right now. It didn't get filled because there's no, and that's the danger of a stop limit, is sometimes it will not fill because there's no, there it was, okay? So the difference between a stop limit order and a stop is a stop order you're going to get filled all the time. A stop limit, you have to wait for your price. That worked, right, Casey? All right, so that was a good question. I want to just stress that again. If you want the mini trader on there and you have an octopus, make sure that this is off. Use octopus trader. This is the octopus trader. You don't want to have this on. So if it's on, uncheck it, apply it, and then reload your chart. Okay. The second thing I want to stress is, oh, by the way, you see where I've taken, it won't let me take any more trades after this. See where it was red over here? I said the maximum number of trades I want to take is 4. Well, it just did that. Okay, this is the 4th trade as I'm demonstrating. So even if I try to place another one here, it's not going to let me. Okay, it won't let me unless I reset it, which I'm going to show in a minute. Okay, so again, this is a really good functional tool. What I was going to say was, remember, you never want to create a chart template. You never want to create or save a chart template with the octopus on there, right? And the same goes for the mini trader. You never want to create or save a chart template with the mini trader on there. Okay, those are the two big no-nos. That's the kiss of death. That will cause you problems down the line. Vic said, is there any way the mini trader can catch the turn on the Profit 3 histogram change from red to blue? Yeah, absolutely, Vic. You can set that in the octopus, or you can do that in the indicator. I believe that indicator has arrows. I need to check that. Let me see. Yep. See where it says show arrows, show triangles, show dots? If you activate these, they will. It'll produce a single arrow. But you can also set that in the octopus. So for example, I'm just going to assume, let's just say this is the profit right here. Instead of profit 3, it's profit. If you had this setting, that would do it. See, that's the beauty of these support webinars, is we really get into the nuts and bolts here of stuff we don't normally cover in the live markets analysis room. Let me close this trade out, and then I want to demonstrate a couple of other things. All right. So I'm just going to move this out of the way now because I don't want it anymore. But let's say you want to trade the mid band. If you want to trade the mid band, so where it says draw the L4 band, that's the mid band, I'm going to do this, apply the setting. And as soon as we get a close here, it's going to draw that band for me. Come on, bar close. Oh, I need to reset because I exceeded my trades here. So I'm going to do a reset. And I'm good. All right. So now you see the band. It drew the mid band, right? I drew a band right at the mid band. But let's say I want to be a buyer down here at the phantom. All right. So I can go band long on, and I'll start moving this. Watch what happens. Come on. See where my black dot is? So if I keep moving it down, there it is. And so it would sit here and wait on this. That's also off. It would sit here and wait on this, and if this market came down to here, then it would look for the trade. No, Jerry. Jerry's question is there another video site to watch the support webinar? Well, not all of them are recorded. Okay, not all of these are recorded. Today's is being recorded, but not all of them are. But if you go to the, I don't know how many videos are over there now on YouTube, probably over 100. Let's see, Mike, what was your question? On the mini trader, is reversal bar a single bar or the confirmed bar? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. You control that. If you go to the mini trader, click on the band here. This is where you control everything, okay? It's the maximum amount of trades, the maximum positions. This is reversal confirmed bar. This is it right here. You can, if you make this higher in number, if you go to 3, it's going to require third bar. If you go to 1, it's just the first bar, okay? So you can control that. This one's set on a confirm bar, okay? Also, you can control your stop limit. Right now, I'm telling it if you place a stop limit order, I want it at that price. But if you wanted to give it an extra tick, then you just put 1 in here. Okay, but that's where you control that. And again, uh, this is covered in the video, or most of it should be covered in the video on the mini trader. All right, now that's what I wanted to show. Of course, you always have the ability to place your own orders here as well, right? Let's say you like this area down. I mean, if you wanted to buy on the limit, you know how to do that with the normal chart trader. You just buy limit, and now you've got the order sitting down here. But that's different. All right, if there's no more questions, let's go ahead and wrap it. That way this video won't be too long. I'll get it posted up a little bit later here today. All right, well, if there's no questions, that'll wrap it up for today. Thanks everybody for coming. Again, we'll see everybody tomorrow morning, again in the live markets analysis room. Hope this was helpful. And of course, you know, you can always bracket with your own stop orders or stop limit orders. You can also bracket them manually as well. Okay. All right, everybody, have a nice day, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Okay. Thanks for coming. Mike, I don't know about that. Mike asked about a trial. I probably not, Mike, but what I'm going to recommend is whoever is not a member right now and really is interested in moving forward with this, because tomorrow is going to be it as far as the invitation to everybody. I'll talk more about that tomorrow, but the best is just to contact me here, info@hypercenttrading.com, because I want to see everybody successful with this, and I think you can see the real value in trading this way. Not everybody's going to trade this way, but a lot of you are, and I like it because it's the reward to risk is very large and it doesn't produce a lot of trades, which I like. Okay, all right, I'll look for your emails then. Thanks. Okay, everybody, see you all tomorrow now. Bye.